Alright, so we're just finishing up the intake install. Not even really finishing up, but getting towards the end. What I'm doing is running all the bolts in now by hand. Make sure you do it by hand. Everything went pretty good. Setting it on. What I like to do is when I put the gasket on, I like to put a little RTV ultra black silicone around the water jacket ports, or the water ports, around all four of them on this case, small block Chevy. And that helps hold the gasket in place really good. You don't have to put too much, but you got to put enough to make it stick really good and not, hang over everywhere. Make it look pretty decent. You don't want it squeezing out all the way up here. Water ports are on the corners on these right here. This is a tune board injection manifold, so I had to make it extra thick on the front bridge and the back bridge. I had to make it really tall. A lot of RTV, more than I thought I needed, but whatever. It should seal up pretty good, so just keep that in mind. I am running stainless steel bolts here, and probably overthinking a little bit, maybe, whatever, but I wanted to make sure these stainless steel bolts were good. I got them I got these bolts and all my bolts that I need to get from Threads of the South, which is a pretty good place. These aren't the best quality stainless steel, but I don't want to pay $60 for them. Not sure why this one's not going in. Let's see what's up with this. Seems want to be a pain for some reason. Everything looks normal on it. It's got a little catch on it or something. Might have one more bolt over there. I'll try that one. So I'm just tightening them by hand. That one's tight too. I don't know why. Let's see. Okay, it's just tight from my hand, but it's not really that tight with this. That one is though. I don't like that. Something's up. We're gonna find out if it's the hole or the screw. Let's see, it could be the hole. Ain't nothing ever been down it. Come on, man, come on, nigga. Alright, so it's looking like it's the screw. Well, let's see what it feels like in this one. Sometimes it can make a difference. Let's see what we got here. Shit. Gonna work. Yeah, something wrong with this screw. Man, that sucks. Hope I got another one over there. I think I got one more. Yeah, luckily I had one more. Worked out pretty good. Need to put a little anti-seize on it though. A little bit of anti-seize here. There we go. I'm just trying just a little bit, you know. As I put 4 pounds of it on there. You know, we're just putting a little bit on there. We don't want to glob it on there, but that's probably almost too much right there. Just putting some anti-seize on it. So we don't have any issues when we gotta take it off, you know. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this one. Shit. Here we go. Alright, we're just finishing running all the bolts down. It was crazy that one bolt just had, I guess it had some kind of defect in the thread or something. But that's why it's very important to pay attention when you're doing the bolts on the intake, especially into aluminum heads. Man, this one's actually fucking weird too. Shit. What is going on here? Let's see. We can break past it if it's some kind of issue. Yeah. It was just, it was tight for my hand, but not tight for this. But you know if you use the ratchet and it's tight.
Home, Daddy.
Alright, so that one's getting a little sticky right there, but it came through pretty good. Fudge. Fudgers. Fudgers on that one. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just running them down by hand, that way I don't have to sit there and crank on it with the ratchet so much. Small block Chevy Gen 1. I got this block from Summit. I actually noticed a major flaw in the block. Well, my engine machine shop guy, he actually noticed the flaw. Pretty interesting. Long story short, didn't have the drain back holes, and it wasn't set up for you know, it wasn't going to be a dry sump pump, so that wasn't going to work. And then I notified Summit, and they were confused at first, but I explained it to them like they were a 3-year-old, and they were actually very nice about it, but they were very, I don't know, taken off guard at first by telling them that. So I think that was the only issue, that it didn't have drain back holes, and it didn't have any plugs in it. It's supposed to have some plugs, like not the mold plugs, but like just odds and ends plugs here and there. So, all right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start in the center, alternate back and forth. Just kind of, you know, alternating, going in a circle. So I'm not getting it like super tight, but getting it nice and tight. So I went to this one, this one, this one, this one. And then what we'll do is we'll start back on this side and go to this inside one right here. We'll check it with the torque wrench here in a little bit. Just a minute once we get done with all of them. It's probably better to hold the ratchet like this. You're not super familiar with it. And you definitely don't want to strip it out, that's for damn sure. Any kind of steel on the aluminum heads is going to be, you're going to have to pay attention for sure. The good thing about the stainless is it shouldn't rust. Yeah, it is kind of cheap stainless, but it should still last for quite a while. I guess really I should have probably jumped over here maybe. I saw a lot of conflicting stories online about torque value, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we grabbed the torque wrench because I'm just curious to what these are set at right now. I'm guessing about 20, but we're gonna put it on 15 and see if they're at least 15. No, they're not. $15 right there. The guy at Brodex said that if I do it to 30 foot-pounds, which is what I saw somewhere in a couple of different places online, he said that I would strip them out, which I guess maybe that's true. But definitely don't want to do that. But we do want them nice and tight. Oh, and so what I was talking about earlier with testing these stainless bolts out at to see what they would break at, and I did 3 or 4 of them, and all of them broke about 57 foot-pounds. Should have filmed that really, but I didn't, unfortunately. 15 right there. Go down here now. So like I said, we're doing 15, and he said 18, that's what he would set him to. So we're gonna see that here in a minute. You see that one, so yeah, I guess that one wasn't tight enough. It was for a second though. It beeped. Let's see. Here we go, 15.1. He said set it to 18. So we're gonna try 18, see what it's all about. What the fuck is going on with this one? Did I forget this one before? Huh. I think I forgot that one. So we're doing them to 18 now. Because that's what the guy at Brodix said do. And I'm assuming they know what they're talking about. 18.1 right there. All right, finally got this thing on. I'm having to run around, get bolts, figure out what was going on with the bolts. The bolts from Summit were not going to be long enough. I did not like it. According to the math, the ones they were trying to give me from Summit, and the ones the ARP were trying to actually give me too, were 1 inch long under the head, and that only lived for about less than a 3/8 thread engagement. So it's like 5/16 at thread engagement, and that ain't cutting it with me. So I wanted more. So I got the 1.25 inch, and as you can see, they work out perfect. Stainless steel kind of gives it a little bit of a industrial look too. So it looks really nice in my opinion. Let's get you over here so you can see what's going on. Looking pretty good. Let's move that. Looks pretty good. Really nice. It's coming along really good. Alright, I'll get set up to do the rest of it and I'll get back to you.